Okay, let's jump straight into this explainer. We're going to uncover the fascinating, literally hour-by-hour biological journey your internal organs, specifically your liver, go through when you just stop grazing. Seriously, if you've ever struggled with stubborn belly fat or just chronic exhaustion, what we're about to explore might permanently change how you look at your daily eating habits. Picture this. Right now, an astonishing 1 in 4 adults is walking around with a liver that looks exactly like a heavy drinker's. 1 in 4. And here's the truly wild part. This is happening to millions of people who rarely, if ever, touch a drop of alcohol. We're talking about a silent global epidemic happening right under our noses. So what's actually causing this? Well, the unexpected culprit is actually the mainstream diet advice we've been fed for decades. You know the drill. We've all been told to eat 6 small meals a day to keep our metabolism humming. But clinical biology shows us that this constant grazing is actually suffocating your cells. It's marbling your liver with toxic fat and locking your weight permanently in place. It really all boils down to 2 key messengers. When you eat, your pancreas pumps out insulin. Insulin is your storage messenger. It scoops up glucose from your blood and tells your body, hey, lock this away. And as long as insulin is high, fat simply cannot leave your cells. But when insulin drops, its complete opposite, glucagon, takes over. Glucagon is the release messenger. It tells your body it's finally time to withdraw that stored energy. Section 1, hours 0 to 8, processing and shifting. To understand your body's amazing built-in rescue system, let's track exactly what happens starting right after you finish your last bite of food. For the first 4 hours, your liver is in full overdrive mode. Whatever you just ate is being broken down into glucose and flooding your bloodstream. But as we approach hours 4 through 8, things finally start to shift. Insulin levels drop and glucagon takes the stage. The crucial point here is how your body adapts to this shift. To keep your blood sugar steady, your liver taps into something called glycogen. Think of glycogen like a rechargeable battery, holding about 100 grams or 400 calories worth of energy. Now, as your liver breaks this battery down, you might feel a bit tired, maybe slightly cranky, or you'll get those first normal whispers of hunger. Don't panic, your body is simply recalibrating. Section 2, hours 8 to 12, the metabolic switch. Now, if you can just push past that initial, totally normal hunger, what comes next is genuinely exciting biology that almost no one talks about. Around hour 8, with that glycogen battery running low, your liver flips a metabolic switch. It needs a new fuel source, right? So it turns to fat. Fatty acids literally start streaming out of your fat cells, traveling directly to your liver to be converted into brand new energy. And what's really fascinating is what those fatty acids become: ketones. Ketones are this beautifully clean alternative fuel. In fact, many scientists believe they're a much smoother fuel for the heart, muscles, and brain than glucose, meaning no spike and absolutely no crash. Once these ketones start flowing, those urgent hunger signals actually quiet down, and you might notice a really sharp increase in steady mental clarity. We actually have incredible recent data backing this up. A 2024 clinical trial out of China followed adults who practiced fasting for 8 weeks. The results? They roughly doubled their muscle-protecting growth hormone and, get this, their baseline liver fat dropped by a massive 12% on imaging scans. Section 3, hours 12 to 18, autophagy and cleanup. Moving into this 12 to 18-hour window, we leave the warm-up phase behind. Your liver starts doing something almost unbelievable to clean house. A process called autophagy, which literally translates to self-eating, kicks into high gear. When food isn't constantly coming in, your cells look inward. They actively scan themselves, wrapping up damaged proteins and cellular junk, and ship them off to tiny recycling stations inside the cell to be rebuilt or just burned for fuel. In your liver, there's a highly specialized version of this called lipophagy. This process specifically targets the fat droplets that suffocate the organ in fatty liver disease. Lipophagy literally pulls these built-up fat droplets apart and converts them into usable energy. I mean, this isn't some magical detox tea or a trendy juice cleanse. This is the scientifically documented mechanism your body has carried for millions of years to literally eat away internal fat. And you can see this exact mechanism in action in a 2024 randomized trial out of Iran. Patients with fatty liver disease followed a straightforward 16-hour fasting schedule. After 12 weeks, their liver fat dropped by more than 9%, and their ALT stress enzymes fell by 15 units. Lipophagy markers were measurably elevated too.
the body was doing the heavy lifting entirely on its own, simply because the eating window was shorter.
Section 4, hours 18 to 24, deep liver repair. Now, if you extend that fast closer to the 24-hour mark, things get even more profound. You enter a state of deep cellular repair, inflammation calms down significantly, and, crucially, your cells become highly sensitive to insulin. This creates a really powerful positive feedback loop. Because your cells are so sensitive, your body produces less insulin overall, which gives fat the freedom to leave your liver and permanently stay gone. A massive 2023 meta-analysis, we're talking 16 trials and over 1,000 participants, confirmed these incredible effects. It showed consistent across-the-board drops in ALT and AST liver stress markers by 5 to 10 units. It improved insulin resistance scores and dropped triglycerides across the board. And the absolute strongest results? They showed up in people who were overweight or already struggling with a fatty liver. So the big takeaway here is just the sheer resilience of your body. Your liver has this superpower that literally no other internal organ has. It can fully regenerate itself. Surgeons can remove up to 70% of a liver, leaving just 30% of its tissue, and it will just grow back. So while you're simply sleeping, walking around, or skipping breakfast, your remarkably resilient liver is quietly utilizing this power to physically rebuild itself piece by piece. Section 5, breaking the fast safely. But here's where we absolutely need to be careful. You've just done all this incredible cellular work, right? Well, how you break your fast can either permanently lock that work in or completely undo it. Remember, the moment you eat, insulin spikes again, and your liver immediately switches right back into storage mode. It refuels that glycogen battery first, but if you overwhelm your system right away with a giant plate of fries or a sugary drink, all that excess leftover energy gets packed straight back into your freshly clean liver as toxic fat. Instead, the smarter, science-backed move is to gently wake up your rested digestive system. Just follow these 4 simple steps. Start with some protein, add some vegetables, include a healthy fat, and above all, eat slowly. Your stomach has been rusting, so trust me, you are going to feel full much faster than you expect. You know, intermittent fasting really isn't just some trendy trick or a hack. It's simply providing your internal organs with the natural, strategic gaps between meals that human bodies evolved to expect for thousands of years, long before 24-hour grocery stores and drive-thrus ever existed. Your liver isn't fragile. It just needs the right conditions to do its job. So I'll leave you with this. What surprised you the most today? Was it the fact that 1 in 4 adults has a fatty liver without even knowing it? Or the realization that your liver can literally tear apart fat and rebuild itself from scratch? Drop your thoughts in the comments and really consider how giving your body a simple, structured break might just be the ultimate key to unlocking your metabolic health.